America's beverage companies are investing in America. We're American companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns. We're local bottlers and manufacturers, operating in all 50 states, employing more than 275,000 Americans in good-paying jobs, delivering for the nation, because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great. Learn more at WeDeliverForAmerica.org. Paid for by the American Beverage Association.
Hey guys, finding the perfect gift for the food lover in your life is easy. Thanks to Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships America's most iconic foods straight from world-famous restaurants right to your door. So if you want to treat someone to Joe's Stone Crab from Miami, Franklin Barbecue from Texas, or desserts from famous foodies like Ina Garten or Martha Stewart, Goldbelly has you covered with free shipping anywhere in the country. Just go to goldbelly.com and for a limited time, get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's promo code GIFT.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's this time of the week that we like to say,
Welcome to Eejits of the World!
With you,
Glenn Wall and you.
I'm Andrew Maxwell still.
Yes, and we are in the throes of Edinburgh.
We are in the final week 4 of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
We are circling the ring piece. We are about to be shot out into our houses.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have gone straight into the poetry, but you've taken it there.
I'm at an arts festival. It just flows.
You can't help yourself. You just can't help expressing yourself. It's impossible. At this festival, it is impossible not to be your true self all the time.
Exactly.
That's right. So we are presently here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Just the Tonic Nucleus venue. That's my venue during the month. Yeah. I'm here for until the end.
And what time is that at?
I'm at 5:40 every day.
Very reasonable. So you can come straight from work.
Good God!
Put down your pencil and rollerblade here. I don't know where you work. That's what you're doing.
Just toss your abacus across the room.
Yeah. Down hose, you farmers.
Stop all that farming.
It's 5 p.m. That's when the farms stop. Stop mooing, cows. Go home.
Return to your sties. Wherever you pigs live, wherever, all you guys, go back to your lives as animals, and then we will farm you again tomorrow.
Yeah, you get on the tram, go home, pigs.
And yourself, Mr. Glenn?
I am at the counting house.
What time are you on there?
7 p.m.
Oh, that's a very good time.
Yeah, pretty late for a couple of old guys like us, but yeah, I've been managing to stay up. I have a coffee before I go.
Oh, jeez. We're finding all the backstage gossip. Wonderful. A man's had a coffee. Wonderful. Well, yes, we didn't have an Eejits last week because I got taken by the festival flu.
Yeah.
For a couple of days. But I'm back in the game, and that's why we're here. And boy, oh boy, have we got some Eejits for these people.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the start of the show, Mr. Glenn?
I know. The dam is filled up. There was a heavy rain.
There was heavy, the Eejit storm. It's monsoon season for fucking Eejits.
Yes. It's like they knew the cats were away, so the mice were playing.
they thought Eejits of the world aren't putting anything up this week. We can be Eejits.
Maxwell's sick. Get it all out of your system.
Well, let us begin.
Yes.
Now, because we weren't on last week, we thought this story might have blown over, but no. There's absolutely no way that this particular fucking Eejit is not getting our attention.
Yeah.
I give you none other than Ray Gunn.
Yeah. And if you never saw Gretzky play, this is. I mean, we're looking like this might be generational.
Yes. Few people. Apparently Australia's greatest female breakdancer.
Yeah, and you think about all the amounts of times that this podcast has dipped into Australia before. To have somebody come out and rule them all is pretty.
It's exceptional stuff.
Sublime.
It is like Lord of the Rings. Like, we've had so many Australian Eejits in this show, and yet the only one who could pull the Eejit sword from the dipshit stone is none other than Rhaegon.
Prelude. It was all a prelude.
Wow. Just mind-blowing. Apparently it's almost impossible to get 0 points in Olympic breakdancing.
It is now, because they had to get rid of it. Like, everybody was like, oh, she got 0 points, and she got it kicked out of the Olympics.
Apparently that's one bit that's not entirely true. They had already decided, no, this is stupid. It's not an Olympic sport. So they weren't going to bring it back. But she's hardly sold anybody on it.
I think if it can't have helped, and if people had gone on and really done really good break dances, you know, because it's not run by the government. Like, the Olympics can do whatever they want, and if there had been a good contest, there'd be a much greater chance of, you know. And this is to me, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but the breakdancing belongs in the Olympics much more than like the dressage does. If you look at the amount of people that you've seen breakdance as opposed to the amount of people that have got a dancing horse.
Well, that's only because you refuse to go to the Dancing Horse Festival with me. What is wrong with you?
I thought it was a euphemism. I didn't realize you actually had a dancing horse.
Why are you so allergic to going to a gymkhana? Don't you want to see women in jodhpurs mastering these, you know, nimble-footed beasts?
Well, when you put it like that.
But it's exceptional. So extraordinary. What an extraordinary story. And she really came up out of the ghetto of being a university professor in Australia.
Yeah, she's the only person I've ever seen not look cool breakdancing. That's like it's really like any time breakdancing's cool. It has been. Me and Andrew both remember when it started.
We sure
and
do.
It was like
in our childhood, in our mutual childhoods in the South Bronx.
That's right. Yeah. No, but remember when it was like
you were a jet, I was a shark. It didn't matter to us.
No,
didn't matter to us.
No, when we bonded over breakdancing.
We would have dance-offs.
Is that what those were?
Yeah, I mean, some people turn the lights on, but I don't think it's necessary.
No. But like breakdancing was so cool. Remember the movie Breakin'?
Yeah.
Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. It was so cool. And this was before the internet where like and just television just had sometimes. But like if somebody was breakdancing, you'd stop and you'd run and watch the television. And then like you'd go to movies that just had breakdancing in it to see what they'd cooked up next.
People could, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, she has probably the whitest girl energy of any white girl in the world. Like,
yeah, and that's the last thing you should be doing if you have that energy. You know?
Yeah, there isn't like lots of other nice things that white girls can do in the Olympics. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rowing. Could have done a lot of rowing. Yeah. There's nice things. There's the swimming pool. There's a lot of medals to be handed out there.
It looked like she had her dancing horse was sick or something. And she was just like, well, I'll have to do this instead. Usually the horse would do this for me. But,
yeah, apparently she's a professor of breakdancing.
You can't be that. That's not something you can be. Like, you could be a breakdancer nicknamed the Professor, but you can't be a professor of breakdancing.
Man, what's up, prof? No, I'm actually a PhD. I am actually a professor.
Oh, well, you must be really good at it then.
What up, brains? Yeah, it's bad. It's really fucking bad dancing. Like, I mean, it's just she can't dance. I mean, just
no.
There's you know, there was the chef de mission of the Australian Olympic team when it all started. He was like, well, this is clearly misogyny. I'm like, fuck off. She can't dance.
Yeah.
Like, there's
It's a hatred that crosses all borders.
Yeah,
we just really didn't like anything about the whole thing. It's not just her womanhood. It was everything that she stood for.
Yeah. It's not like there was like, you know, it's people. Everybody wants to be like it's not the 1960s, and you're not like, she's not a 12-year-old black girl being the first one to enter, an all-white Alabama university. She's not. What the fuck are you talking about? She's a university professor who's gone, I can dance, and literally nobody in authority in Australia went, can we see your dance routine first? They just went, absolutely, Susan, or whatever her real name is. Of course. And of course you can go to the Olympics and fucking dance.
It is possible to be a university lecturer and be good at it. Do you know who is a university or was a university lecturer of high esteem?
Of what?
I think of blues music, or anyway, the person I'm speaking of is Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt she was a university lecturer, had the same sort of backstory that Ray Gunn would have.
Right.
And Bonnie Raitt does the business.
Oh yeah.
She's very good, and you wouldn't know it, but no, she studied the art form and taught it in maybe Harvard. I don't know, but so yeah, it's no. Right. We're not talking about misogyny. If you hate Bonnie Raitt and Ray Gunn, then you have a problem. But you're allowed to dislike Ray Gunn.
Yeah, you've got to be allowed to.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen dancing. We've done it.
I know. And I go back to the fact that it's been kicked out of the Olympics. It'd be like if you put sex in the Olympics and then I went up and had a sad wank into an empty bucket of chicken. And then everybody's like, well, sex can't be in the Olympics. No, the way I do it can't be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. And as for me, I'm only looking for the bronze medal. You know what I'm talking about. There's 3 of us on this podium. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Do you want me to stand beside you and whistle your national anthem? That's cool, too.
He only wants to be 3rd because he doesn't want to be in the gold medal position and still shorter than the other athletes.
Oh, come. They would modify the podium, Glenn.
I think there'd be health and safety if they did that. They'd have to put handrails up for you.
Damn it. Handrails. I would, if I won the gold medal in the Olympics for obviously sex, as you said, it would be, you know what I mean? I would make sure that I came up out of the ground. My podium would rise to a cloud of smoke. But that wouldn't be actually smoke. That would just be the amount of funk in the air from all my conquests lying sprawled out in the middle of the field. Are they stretching for the long jump? No, they're just getting over a bit of Maxwell.
Thorny rose in your mouth with a trickle of blood coming down the side.
What? What are you talking about?
You were a seducer.
A thorny, right, I see what you mean. Yes. That's right. As I just hand out 1 rose from my mouth. I've originally got thousands around the stadium.
You couldn't do them crossways. You had to do them like round way.
Yeah, well, right, going well. Good luck to you. And here's the thing, right, with this story, because obviously, you know, she got a lot of shit. Then there was backlash. Then there was backlash to the backlash. Then there were conspiracy theories about her, that some way her and her husband had rigged it that she got to go. He's some sort of bigwig in and all of that, right? You know, this back and forward through the week. Here at Eejits of the World Headquarters, we were contemplating whether to actually cover the story where it would still be relevant days later. But I have to say, right, we as fringers, right, people here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, we have a slightly different take on this story. Because the truth of the matter is, the minute I saw Ray Gunn and I saw her dance, I was like, oh my God. She's from where? She's from Melbourne. Oh shit. She's going to be at the Fringe next year. 100%. I'm willing to put money.
Like the Melbourne Fringe, or the?
No,
is she
here
going to be?
She'll do the Melbourne Fringe and then she'll do here. There's no way. If she has that level of swangling skills to manage to convince people to let her go to the Olympics with no dancing talent whatsoever, there's no way the Fringe won't take her. She's going to be tumbling in a cave at midnight for a month. You know it's true. You know it's true.
Well, I keep waiting for when Zelensky's coming.
Yeah. Well, once the war's over and he can actually go back to being a dirty comic again.
Doing that fucking piano with his cock thing.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Just him. We'll have Zelensky doing his old school act. Him and Bobby Davro, a double header, like.
But doing like old British wartime songs on the piano with his dick. We'll meet again.
Don't know when, dong dong, ding ding ding. And this next one is called "Roll Out the Barrel." The barrel, dong dong. Roll out the barrel. It's so fucking great. I'd love if he just went, "Fuck it, that's it. I'm going back to being a dirty club comic."
Yeah. He'd sell well. He might make a profit here.
He'd be one of the rare ones. Yeah. Maybe Ray Gunn will. I mean, you got to remember, she's like now one of the most famous people on the planet.
Oh yeah, she'd sell. She'd sell.
I was talking to my ma about her the other day, like, and that's some serious media cut through.
Yeah. When mom knows, that's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, to be honest, like I said, she's clearly, she's clearly a quirky Melbourne bird. Like they're the people we know. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stories we cover it here. Like you go, well, we'll never run into these people.
Yeah.
100%. Within 18 months, one of us will have shared a bill with Ray Gunn. Guaranteed, dude. Guaranteed. That's my prediction. Anyway, shall we move on to story number 2?
Yes, let's do that. And salute the Ray Gunn. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. We salute you, soldier.
We sure do. I mean, you have gone way above and beyond to be the biggest Eejit at the entire Olympics.
I think we'll see you later in the finals. You may have scored no points in the Olympics, but it's like watching Olga Korbut jump in this program.
Yeah, for us. Yeah. You're right up there. You're the
perfect 10.
You're the Carl Lewis of idiots.
Yeah.
There you go. We now put your medal. There you go. That's your gold Eejit medal, Ray Gunn. Right.
Just as we put it on, just do it.
Yeah, just
give us a little kangaroo.
Yeah, just a quick kangaroo for the crowd.
Come on. You got a brand now.
Yeah. She'll be advertising things soon.
Oh yeah,
she could be in the Super Bowl. We'll see.
Yeah,
like, she's got a whole world out of her.
That's why she's coming back because she's asked to be left alone, and nobody
always.
Yeah, we just want privacy until the Pepsi ad campaign comes out, and then please come talk to us.
Exactly. Lilt lemon. Surprisingly good despite being shit. That's the slogan.
Yeah, I think you actually just found her an advertising campaign. A couple of coked up guys from Lilt were like, "What did he say?" Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah,
that's pretty good. It is. This is shit and she's shit, and they could put them together. Oh, and also before we leave the great nation and continent of Australia, one of the great all-time Eejits has passed. We don't actually do a lot of in memorandums on the show.
No, but
Because people die all the time, and some of them are noble, and some are neither one or other. But few Eejits pass.
well, if you know, because usually in memorandums you're only looking for the positives, but there was none.
We speak, of course, of none other than Jack Carlson. He, the legend.
Yeah, the menace of Chinese restaurants everywhere in the greater Melbourne area, I believe.
What's the charge? It was Brisbane, I think. It said in the news that he was described, instead of like a plumber, he was an architect. What his trade, what he did for a living. It simply described him as a prison escapee.
But I believe he had royal blood, or it was part of his story. It was never clear if he was gentry or not. But what we do know is that he didn't have enough money to pay for these meals that he was enjoying. And then it was
What's the charge?
Yeah.
It's impossible not to. What's the charge? A succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah, no, enjoying a succulent meal. You know your judo well.
Take your hand off my penis.
That was when it's like, okay, we're watching one of the best here. Like it just escalates until
Democracy manifest. It was so great. This crazy theatrical voice being wrestled into the back of a cop car in Brisbane.
Yeah,
in the 90s.
And just some cop going, you know what? He's right. I do know my judo well.
You do know
Thank
your
you.
judo
Somebody
well.
has finally noticed.
All those nights on the judo mat to nothing.
Everyone else he arrested with his judo, no one complimented him. But who was recording it? It didn't seem to come from a time when things were recorded. It looks
I think it's local news.
So local news knew he was there? Was it a frame job? Was it a setup to catch him? Was it a sting?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much to it. And if it was, god damn, these people are shit at stings. There's like 50 cops. How can you not get them in the car?
Yeah. Yeah, they had to bring a local judo expert in to finally.
Kevin, we need your judo skills, son.
I'll be right down.
Finally, somebody needs me judo skills. Kevin, just a little note. We need you in a normal uniform, right? We don't need the pajamas, all right? Just a man's head going down.
Can I still grab his penis? Yes.
That's not judo. That's just how we do it in Queensland.
That's how we do now.
That's what we do, we do, don't we, do? Yeah. Fair play to him. Like, he lent into it. He was always like,
yeah.
he was never like, he was very happy to say it on command and appear on TV shows.
In the oddest sort of homage to him, in the Napoleon movie, when they're arresting, when Napoleon has all the politicians arrested, there's one, they go to the guy's big house, and he's like, this is in Napoleon. It's a serious movie. He's like, what's the charge? Yeah. And he says like something like, he says succulent. Like it is an actual piss take. And this is Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Like Ridley Scott saw it, and I don't know why, but was like, that would fit really well. That's what we're trying to say in the Napoleon movie.
Napoleon clearly, he rose out of Corsica so that he could eat as much chicken chow mein as possible. That's what he did.
No, Napoleon doesn't say it. It's one of the people Napoleon has arrested.
Right.
It's even weirder. It's not Napoleon's line, and you'd think, okay, if you want to remind everybody that happened, you'd at least give the line to Napoleon on the way to. Where did they take him? Fire Island? I can't remember.
Fire Island.
No, that's a different movie.
Yeah. Napoleon goes to Fire Island. It's really great.
Watch the charge.
Eating a succulent Chinese man.
All those men have their hands on my penis.
Luckily. Well, there you go. Well, rest in peace to him.
Yeah, we're going to miss you.
Now.
Okay.
Right. So tell me, Mr. Glenn, do you have another story for us?
Yes, I do.
Yes, well, tell us all about this
it's
sad
about,
story.
the fashionable women of the world, the moneyed, feminine ladies, are all.
What is this? Well, go on.
Well, the ones that are getting a little older, and it happens to all of us, Andrew. You can't stem the march of time, but they believe that they have. And very rich women are all getting salmon-sperm facials.
Wow. Is it
And
like,
I, for one,
just straight out of the salmon? Or
well, this is I don't know. I doubt it, but this is my problem. You know I'm a fisherman. You know I like to fish.
Do you?
I'm a sportsman. Yeah.
Are you?
And
I've never known you to fish.
well, I do.
Or even talk about fish. I don't think you've even raised fish until this moment before.
Well, I do, and I have a political point to make right here. Right?
About fish?
About fish, and the way society is specifically holding me down. When I go fishing, if I catch a fish that's too little, I have to measure it, and if it's too little, I have to throw it back.
Okay.
Because you want to give the fish a chance. And I'm not saying that that's a bad rule. I'm just wondering why these ladies are allowed to have a school of salmon do a bukkake on their face. Like, if you think about it, like, why am I putting that? They've got tons of little baby salmons squirting into their face, and nobody's saying a damn thing about it. And I'm just saying there's not enough salmon for these ladies to have these smooth faces. We have to put the salmon sperm in the river. We can't get them to jack off on these ladies' heads anymore.
I don't think the fish are wanking onto women's faces.
No, it's very difficult for them to do that. they need three of them to complete that task. They don't have any arms, but
Yeah, they need to get into a frenzy. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones. I guess it's like the old question of who discovered milking a cow? You know what I mean? What were they doing when they discovered it? You know what I mean? I guess it's like that. Like, who realised that, like, salmon, Harry Monk, would be good for your face?
yeah.
And how did you find out about this story? Who
It
told
was
you?
in the goddamn newspaper. I'm not making these up. It made me angry.
Was it like a proper newspaper, or was it like the Ontario Bugle? What are we talking about here?
Well, the Ontario Bugle is a proper newspaper.
Right, okay. It literally has one supplement on the weekend. That's not a lot.
The Winnipeg Goose. I made that one up.
All the news that's fit to honk.
Yes. We still enjoy that.
So you found out about this, and it's caused outrage for you, has it?
Yeah. And it's not even really proven to work either. And I just think in today's day and age, we need the fish. We can't, like, why do we need Kim Kardashian's face to be salmon spunky when the oceans are dying? Why don't they take the plastic out of the oceans and pump it in? Yeah, there. Now I'm making a political point.
Right, go.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let me see this coherent to anything.
Don't take the salmon spunk out of the ocean. You take the plastic out of the ocean and you inject it into her ass, and there. That's how you do it.
And that's where that's the real sign of a beautiful woman. When she's got an ass full of old trash bags. Okay?
And straws.
Straws. Yeah. It's just, baby girl, you got a butt like a trash bag, just filled with trash. We skimmed the pond, and now you got a booty. Well, what would you do to, like, I mean, it does seem quite extreme. I assume they're also killing the fish. I wonder whether, or I bet there's something on a salmon you could just rub your fingers along a bit of it and it'll extrude its load.
Yeah, but I think salmon are midnight specials in that it's one shot and it's done. Salmon don't spend the year fucking.
Oh my God, you're right. So these fuckers have had to swam all the way up a river, leaping over weirs and brooks.
Yeah.
Right? To get finally back to the mating place.
To get jacked off by a Kardashian. And you wouldn't really know what's going on either. Yeah. You'd just see that weird fucking face. Is this the riverbed? Are those eggs?
You've heard the rumors, you're getting more excited. Is it really the Kardashian? You finally get there going, I'm going to be jerked off by one of those sexy Kardashians. And then it's Rob Kardashian. Oh no. Not Rob Kardashian, not the boy Kardashian. The guy whose sole ambition in life was to sell socks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the Kardashians.
Well, I can tell you for nothing.
Sure, man.
Then maybe it is Rob Kardashian. Maybe that's what he's done with all those socks that he never sold.
You know jerked off. Jerked salmon into the socks.
Yeah, exactly. That's clearly what's happened.
Well, not all the stars say it works either. Jennifer Aniston had it and said it didn't do anything.
Yeah, but she's like 70. Like,
Yeah. You're blaming the salmon-sperm on it. I look like I'm 65. Well, that's because you
know.
Yeah.
You kept the same haircut since the 90s. You've done all right.
Yeah,
you've done all right.
Yeah, just walk away a lot, and people go, "Who is that?" Don't turn. Just keep walking.
Just keep walking until the salmon congeals on it. Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do? What would you do to maintain your youthful beauty?
Oh, it's easy for boys. We just grow beards and clip them into a point like that, and then you think, oh, that guy doesn't have a double chin. You'll guess again. You're right. There's 3 of them. Yeah, you are correct. You would pass a lie detector test. That right. Man does not have 2 chins.
You've not heard of a quadruple chin before.
And you won't, because we all have beards now.
We all grow a beard to hide our shameful triple chins. I suppose you're right. Yeah, boys do get it relatively easy.
Yeah.
You're considered distinguished.
Yeah, there's nothing a woman can grow that... she can't just grow her hair like that and tie it in a bow and speak through the little hole.
Ooh, look at that.
Someone's turned 50. Yes, I have. Happy birthday to me.
I got a beautiful hair face now. Sexy lady. Okay.
Yeah. So that's
they don't get to grow a thing.
No.
Or to like I said, you know what I mean? It's for some reason only men are considered distinguished. You know what I mean? There isn't a porn genre of men perving over women. It's just, you know, there's MILF, Asian, distinguished. Like just loads of dudes just jerking off to distinguished women.
Oh, if you put it up there, somebody's gonna do it.
It's true. That's the faith we have to have in our fellow men.
I do. I will say this for this generation, women our age are doing a better job of aging gracefully. Like many of our friends, they've let their hair go grey, and I think it looks fantastic on people. You know, if you keep it nice and stuff, I think I've seen several women with distinguished grey hair, and I thought I don't equate them with grandmothers or things like that. I equate them with just, well, that's somebody in that stage of their life, and they look fantastic. So,
Well, very positive way to look at it. That's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't believe that, but that's one of the things I say, and because I'm at the Edinburgh Festival, these are all things that I want people to think I think, but.
Well, I believed it.
Yeah, no,
Jesus,
it's how you say it. You have to keep your eyes really wide, and no, I do think that. That was a misdirection on a misdirection. You look fantastic, gals. But not as good as the men with grey hair. That's not my fault.
You hot tamales looking. You gals are looking swell.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That's what you should do, Glenn. That's what you could just go to any of the high-end makeup shops here in Edinburgh. Just hang around, Just tell them they already look great.
Yeah.
They don't buy this shit.
No.
Slather this crap onto your noggin.
No.
You don't need to do that.
It's really strange, too, in that, and this isn't every woman, but for the majority of women are trying to attract men, and I'm just like, we will fuck anything.
I don't think they are. I think they're just trying to, feel good about themselves in the mirror. I don't think it's anything to do with us.
I don't know. I think a nice hot dick could make you feel good. Wow.
You tried.
I tried
to be nice.
I can't. I'm coming out of it. I've had a bad year, but I'm now returning to my regular self.
Yeah. There was a whole year where you were so sad you were almost nice.
I know. That's all done now.
Everything's going back to normal, sweet toots.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I genuinely think the most beautiful, the most alluring thing on a woman is the glint in her eye.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you can't fake the glint in an eye.
Oh, yes.
And I think, I think if there was a speciality type of porn that I was actually into, which I'm not, I'm pretty vanilla, but if I was into a speciality type of porn, I think it would be glint. I would like to open Glint magazine.
Yeah. And I think you should do it under the moniker Pretty Vanilla.
Pretty vanilla.
That does not sound like you. That doesn't sound like the way you want it to mean. I'm pretty vanilla.
I think upon I am the finest Caucasian pimp in Detroit history. They call him Pretty Vanilla, man. You got every chick on the West Coast who got a glint in her eye, man. And they all at his knee. But yeah.
Well, I agree with you about the glint in the eye, and I've always said what I find most attractive in women is poise.
Poise
but
is another
you
one.
have to be careful, because if you say that in a loud, like if somebody says, "What's the thing you find most attractive?" If you're in at all a loud environment, it just sounded like you said boys.
What I fancy about a woman?
Boys. The most attractive feature on a human for me is boys.
Not one, many boys.
But a lot of boys.
That's why they call it a finishing school.
Yeah, I'm the finishing school when I start thinking about boys.
But in conclusion to this story, what we're saying is don't put fish spunk
Don't
on
let
it.
fish spunk on your face, ladies.
You don't need to. You're already lovely
If
as
you
you are.
want to, that's fine.
If you're into it.
Yeah, that's
No,
your
listen,
business.
You're interested. You're looking at not one but two fellas that will take you Chinook fishing.
The bear needs to drain a salmon.
We'll get our claws out if you don't. No. There's absolutely no need for it. If you like getting dolled up for your own sense of fun, well, that's also all good by us. But
Yeah,
we just don't think you need to put the spunk of anything on you.
I don't agree with that.
Okay. me just desperately trying to wrap this thing.
Point, counterpoint.
Interesting, you should make that point. I don't disagree. I thoroughly disagree with you. Well, okay. Well, myself and Mr. Glenn clearly have a different relationship with Shane Glaze.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Do you have a story that you were trying to tell me before?
Yes, Mr. Glenn. This is an astonishing story. I'll try and explain it. I'm a little bit baffled myself, but it's a wonderful bit of shenanigans, definitely. So, there is a business in Liverpool, right?
That's already suspect.
Yeah, to be honest.
Okay.
It's already...
So the police are involved.
Yeah, the police are part of the business.
Yeah, if you don't pay them, they'll be involved.
Oh, yeah. So sorry about that. Yeah, the delivery didn't come through.
And by the way, that's my favorite thing about Liverpool is that it's like children running the house. It's like the parents have gone away for vacation, and
They live their own life there.
yeah, man.
They're living their own
It is
their own life, their own rules.
It's a country. It's its own country.
Yeah, it is. Liverpool is its own weird little nation state
Yeah.
of Scousers.
Yeah. Long may it continue.
Yeah. So there is a company in Liverpool. They've got like an office block in Liverpool, and in the basement of this company, they are growing snails. They've got a snail farm, right? Right. And somehow it's a weird tax scam.
I knew they didn't just want some snails. Oh, have you been to Liverpool in snail season? Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, you haven't lived until you've heard the Scousers say escargot.
Oh, God.
Escargot. And you lads, any of you for around escargot? You get some escargot in.
I wonder, they probably need to grow their own snails because they've never been able to go anywhere else in the world where the waiter was able to understand what they were. They just cannot say escargot.
Snails, mate. Snails, mate.
Sorry, please.
Escargot.
People keep doing the Heimlich maneuver on them every time they try to order an escargot.
I love going abroad, but every time I end up getting this weird cuddle off the waiter. Really aggressive, like gets up behind you and really pumps you. So no, it's only me, none of the other lads. Nothing. Terry from Burnley, nothing.
Well, he gets a plate of snails.
Yeah. They're all right, they're all tucking into the snails. And I'm getting dry humped around the restaurants.
Escargot.
Escargot. Just want some fucking escargot.
The ambulance shows up.
So it turns out it's kind of a grey area, right? Because,
that's all of Liverpool. It's a great area.
Am I a heart surgeon or a bank robber? It's so hard to tell. Like, I use a knife either way.
There's a lot of barbershops in Liverpool.
There's a lot of fucking barbershops.
And not all of them are barbershops. That's all.
Very few of them are, to be honest. Like, come and sit down, mate, but I'm not cutting your hair. I'm allergic to it. You might notice me, I'm on the high street. It's called Baldy Barbers. Right? We only do bald men. Right? But they've got to, we always tell them just for health and safety reasons, they've got to clip themselves before they come in. Like, then you just sit in a chair and we just compliment them. You look great, mate. Mate. You look fucking amazing. Do you know who you remind me of? That Italian referee. Fucking hell. He was a legend. You like that? You like that? You like the FBI boss in Twin Peaks or whatever? You know what I mean? You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just 10 lads standing around you.
Yeah.
You look great, mate.
Yeah.
Tony, you've never looked better.
All right. So
right.
they're farming snails.
Right. So this company, they have this office building, right? This is so crazy. And it's run by a man called Terence Ball. I knew that's all it would take. You are 50.
Not yet.
You're 50.
I'm 49.
Well, you're a very immature 49-year-old.
It all changes at 50. I'm going to be very serious.
I just knew that all I had to say was Terence Ball, and off you go.
Does he have a brother? Is there ever two of them?
Hang your head in shame.
No way.
Along with the metaphorical ball. So the deal is apparently it's basically because they have the snail farm in the basement of the office block. That means that the building can be recoded as agricultural use.
There it is.
There you go. There you go. You know what Teddy's like? He's an urban farmer. You gotta remember, like everywhere else in the world, somebody who's got a sneaky basement is growing weed. Right? Not in Liverpool. Snails, mate.
Yeah.
That's the real deal. Snails, mate.
Could you not just put a couple snails in with the weed?
That's right, mate. Yeah, they're like edibles. These snails have only ever fucking eaten skunk, mate. You always know when they're ready, when they're really stoned, because their eyes won't pick up. Their eyes are on stalk, and they're everywhere. Right? I don't know.
Get it in you, lad. She's ready.
Yeah. When they fall off a wall because their mouths don't dry.
Yeah, that's they're in season when they slide off the glass. Oh yeah, that's ready.
Fucking hell. Oh, what was that sativa? Fucking hell. We may have invented a new crime. That might be a thing.
Yeah.
You probably could. There probably would be an enormous amount of THC.
No. Do you know why it wouldn't work? And this just shows you how much I know about legitimate snail farming. To eat escargot,
Yeah.
and this is why escargot is a little cruel. You have to wait for the snails to poo everything in their life out, because that'll make you quite sick. So you have to starve snails for, I believe, a week and get all the slime out of them before you can eat them. And that's why, I mean, if they weren't bugs, it would probably bother me, but they are, so I don't care.
They're not bugs, you know. They're not bugs.
They bug me.
Your only true enemy in this world was a snail, your arch rival.
No, you know what it is? I've got a slug, or I've got a family of them that they only come out at night, and they slide all around downstairs, which I wouldn't mind, but I have this really cute door stopper that is, it's like it looks like a teddy bear, but she's in a little farm dress, and it holds the door open. But these little slugs slide all over her, and every time I come down, it looks like she's been doing porn. Oh. It's all over her neck. Just like, you little slut, what have you been up to? I couldn't figure it out for a while, which was like, did I do that? But
Grim. It sounds like just at the very end when the director goes, give them a wave goodbye. There's Terence Ball, and he's got the snail farm in the basement, right? Because there's a tax deduction off his business rates.
Was it a shell company?
God damn you. You said I could have that punchline.
I was waiting. I thought,
I gave you 3 swings there. I actually get that in, but it was.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you wanted it. Kai Humphreys actually wrote it, and
Yes.
we've both been arguing over it.
We have been fighting over who gets the shit gag. That was a good gag. It was good when he said it.
I know.
Fucking hell,
I know.
he made it funny.
Yeah.
Not like you. Anyway, so
What do they make at the actual company though?
no idea.
Is it shell suits?
He describes himself as being a sort of tax saving expert.
Yeah.
He calls himself the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Is what Terence Ball calls himself.
All he has to do is tell me about his snail farm, and I'll be like, you know what you're up to, dude. Yeah.
He basically, right. So they started investigating them. Like, is this a legitimate snail farm, right? And there's like 15 crates in the basement, right, with as little as 2 snails in there each. Right?
Well, they fight. So
No, this is insane. They went. Why isn't there more snails in your snail crates? Because there's meant to be like hundreds of them, right? And I quote, he said, there's only 2 in them to prevent cannibalism, group sex, and snail orgies.
is that just for all of Liverpool, or is that?
Yeah. Hey lads, we're gonna see. It's the, you want to go to a dog fight? Fuck that. We're going to a snail orgy, lads.
Yeah. It's nicer. It's not as violent.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, mate. It gets pretty bad when they're starving.
Yeah.
When they're hungry, they'll eat anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some of these strains of marijuana that they're on too. It's a different world. It's not the pot your parents smoked. It's pretty strong stuff.
These aren't the snails your parents eat. These are the real deal snails, man.
Yeah. I just think it sounds like a snail farm is great for lazy cowboys. We're gonna head out onto the range and take the snails.
Boom, 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 boom. The kind of farming we do is slow.
Yeah. All right, here we go. They say, watch the stampedes. Ooh.
The snail stampede, here it comes. We're going, first what we do is we release the lettuce into the paddock. Then all our contestants are released. 50,000 snails. Takes a long time.
Yeah, you
Takes
get
a long time, but plenty of time for us to roast up this brisket.
binge watch Succession if you want.
Yeah, you can read The Fall of the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
You can
get a lot done in that snail drive.
But he's apparently, Mr. Ball is it just said in the article, and I don't know anything more about it. It was a weird added bit in the middle of the story about, grey tax world stuff and shell companies and whatnot. It mentioned the fact that Mr. Ball is the son of also Mr. Ball. Anyway, he's probably
Mr. Dick.
He's Mr. Dick. Very basic humor, but I like him. I like him for what he is. He said that Terence Ball is the son of legendary Northwest, well, that's the northwest of England, Northwest shoe shop owner and local celebrity Tommy Ball.
Tommy Ball.
And that was it. And then it just goes back to boring shit. Doesn't it? Like, shoe shop owner and local celebrity Tommy Ball. That's what Terry Ball's up to. Terry Ball's, wrangling.
Do you know who Tommy Ball is?
Absolutely not.
Local celebrity can mean a lot of things.
Sure.
Everybody knows what Tommy did.
Well,
It was the 70s. He got an OBE. That's all you need to know about Tommy Ball.
I think you'll find you're impugning the honour of Tommy Ball. He was Northwest's fucking finest shoe shop owner. Maybe he was. I think he probably. My guess is he's probably one of those lads. We've got one in Dublin called Mattress Mick, and Mattress Mick is an absolute legend in Dublin. And he sells mattresses, as the name suggests.
Thank God.
And he just puts.
That's not what I thought he would do.
Right, well, Mattress Mick, he's out there. He'll always have a massive poster of himself doing a double thumbs up beside a mattress, right? But the picture is like it's, I think he does it all himself, like, because like the photo, like it'll be blown up to a poster size, but it's the wrong grade, like it's. Right. He's ever so slightly, perceptibly out of focus. And there's Mattress Mick giving you the 2 thumbs up, all the best mattresses in Dublin, and he's a legend, like.
Wow.
Of the mattress game.
Okay.
There's a big shout out to Mattress Mick.
Yeah, that used to happen with used car salesmen when they do commercials. There was one, I can't remember what his name is, but it was always him and his dog Spot, and then it would be something that wasn't a dog. He'd have a lion with him,
right. And
the one I remember, they got him into a pool or something. He had a dolphin. He was holding on to its fin. And yeah, it was the 70s and the 80s, so you can tell they're really, really high.
Well, a man's wrestling a dolphin. Like,
he's like getting pulled around the pool, and it's like Wade Flaherty and his dog Spot.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's way more impressive than Mattress Mick. Like,
yeah,
Mattress Mick's
is it because I can't remember his name?
Well, that's a bit of a failure. So you don't even know where, like,
yeah,
come on down and get your bargains. Like,
I know, but somebody will be able to tweet me that guy's name.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I don't know how this case after that, it became quite boring, the story. It just became a bit bureaucratic and about, tax affairs.
Yeah.
And there was still a lot of great stuff there at the start.
Yeah.
Keating the Snails. Well done, Terry Ball. The Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Yeah.
You keep finding those little weird grey areas. Pretty awesome grey area down there. You could just...
Yeah. I think a snail farm would be very calming to, if you're doing taxes all day, it'd be nice to just go down there and just sort of look at the snails.
This is genuinely true. It is a childhood memory. It really still makes me laugh. When I was a boy, in the long summer months in Ireland, we get the whole summer off. And you get bored and end up finding shit to do. But when I was a little boy, I would collect all the snails in the garden into a cardboard box, and I wouldn't let them out, right? And one day, my ma called from the kitchen window and went, "What are you doing?" And I went, "I've got a snail prison. I'm rounding up on all the snails in my snail prison." I don't know what it was, like 4 or 5, whatever, 6, something like that. My ma went, "Stop that. That's how Hitler started." It's been like a catchphrase in our family ever since. Stop that. That's how Hitler started.
You guys sure you only got the summer off? Sounds like you had a few years off school.
I was not hurting them, but from then on it was...
Mother made her own history.
Mother could be very accurate. Oh, Lordy. Well, I actually missed doing the show last week. It was a shame. It has been weird that we've only managed to nudge out 2 episodes. But like, we're actually living in the same city for once.
Yeah.
Rather than a 4-hour drive between the two of us.
I know.
And we still only managed to grind out 2 episodes of Eejits of the World.
We are old men trying to do something hard. And it's
we need lots of time to do that in.
Yes.
But I've enjoyed the run. Have you enjoyed your time?
I have. The show's good now. I mean, it was at the start of the run too.
Yeah, but that's it. There is a thing during the Fringe. It's just it becomes a fine wine, and you get to a point where you're really proud of it.
Yeah.
You're proud of it. You worked on it every single day. You fretted about it. You thought about it, and through that daily performance of your show, you just carved all the little unnecessary lines out.
Yeah.
You know, it's an absolute banger. I mean, it's always, I usually end up working off a note from the first week. And it's extraordinary here in the week 4 and going, oh, that's gone. That grew. You know, there's that creative side of it. It's a real pleasure, you know?
Yeah.
One of the great things. Tell me where you're performing again, Mr. Glenn.
The counting house, the ballroom. It's the Pear Tree, beside the Pear Tree pub. But it is the Pear Tree.
7?
Yeah, sure.
7
Come down at 7.
Come down
Get
at
your
7.
seat.
You'll be there.
Yeah. We've got air conditioning that we don't need anymore because
It's autumn in Scotland.
The 3 days of summer are over.
Yeah. It is now autumn in Scotland.
We now have to hide the fact we have air conditioning because people are so cold they won't come in.
Yeah, it's fair drawn in, eh? But there's no summer here in Scotland.
Come in, we'll put the fire on.
Aye, get on there. Get through a wee couple of pieces of coal on for you. There you are. Well, very good. And I'm also here in where we are right now. I'm in the nucleus, just the tonic nucleus to the final Sunday. Absolute pleasure to see you again, Mr.
You
Glenn.
too, Max.
It's an absolute fucking pleasure. Like and subscribe and all that, all those interactions, if you would. It massively helps with the algorithm. If you rate the show, all the rest of it, any of it really, it all helps us.
Yeah, and tell your friends.
Yeah, do.
Get them in on it.
We're
on the ground floor.
Yeah. It's a lot of stupid. You've got 55 hours of stupid to enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, ladies.
Get cracking.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a Pod People production.
Pod People production.
Pod People production.